Building on the cloud, it should feel like you have superpowers, right? But for so many engineering teams, it feels more like being lost in this huge jungle of infinite choices. So, how do you find that clear path to build great things and do it fast and do it safely? Well, the answer is this really powerful concept we're going to talk about called the golden path. But hang on, before we jump into the solution, we really have to get our heads around the problem. And it's a problem that, honestly, it might sound like a good thing at first. It's what we call the paradox of choice. And for any developer working in the cloud today, this question probably hits pretty close to home. You've got literally hundreds of services, thousands of configuration options, endless ways to connect them all. And it feels like freedom, but is it? Really? All that freedom comes at a cost, and that cost is decision fatigue. Which database do I use? How should I configure the network? Is this thing even secure? This constant questioning, it doesn't just slow you down, it ends up creating this whole landscape of inconsistent, sometimes brittle systems all across your entire organization. Okay, so if endless choice is the problem, what's the solution? Well, it's about creating a well-lit, paved road right through that wilderness of options, and that is called the golden path. So what exactly is a golden path? Okay, at its core, it's an opinionated, supported way to build and ship something, and those two words are key. Opinionated means the platform team has already made the smart, secure choices for you. Supported means you can count on it. It's reliable, it's maintained. Just think of it as the official, recommended route to get things done right. And the contrast is it's stark. Without a golden path, development can be this chaotic, really stressful journey. But with it, it becomes a direct, simple highway straight to production. The impact on speed is huge, for sure. But maybe more importantly, the impact on developer happiness, it's massive. Okay, that sounds great. So how do we actually build this paved road? What are the building blocks, the core components that make up a golden path? It really comes down to three key pieces that all work together in harmony. First, you start with templates. Think of these as pre-built skeletons for your app and your infrastructure, so you're not starting from a blank page every single time. Next, you wire those templates into automated pipelines that handle all the heavy lifting, the building, the testing, the deploying, all through CI/CD. And then finally, you wrap the whole thing up in clear, simple documentation, which makes it incredibly easy for any developer to get started and be successful. And what's the whole point of all this? What's the ultimate goal? It's all about empowerment. It's about getting rid of the roadblocks, the guesswork, and letting your developers focus on what they do best, writing code and solving business problems, all while being totally confident that they're building on a solid, secure foundation. Okay, so this all sounds great in theory, but what does it actually look like in the real world? Let's take a look at a few common examples, the kind of workloads you'd probably find in just about any organization. And this really shows you just how versatile the whole concept is. So let's say you need a standard backend API for your web or mobile app. Boom, there's a path for that. It pre-configures your API gateway, your serverless Lambda or Fargate compute, and a DynamoDB table. What if you're running a nightly batch job for data processing? No problem. That path provides the whole workflow with step functions, a Fargate task, and the S3 storage. And it's the same for event-driven systems, things that use tools like an SQS message queue. Each path is like a complete, ready-to-use kit designed for a specific job. But, and this is important, not all paths are created equal. To build a truly effective golden path, you have to stick to some key principles. So what separates a genuinely helpful paved road from a frustrating, restrictive one? Well, it turns out there are 5 essential characteristics that every great golden path shares. First, it has to be discoverable and well-documented. If developers can't find it or don't know how to use it, it might as well not exist, right? Second, it's got to be opinionated but flexible. It should give you a strong default, the recommended way, but also provide an off-ramp for those unique cases. It's a guide, not a jail. Third, it's automated and secure by default. Security can't be an afterthought. It has to be baked right in from the very start. Fourth, it provides fast feedback. Your developers need to know and know quickly if their changes work. That means great automated testing and monitoring. And finally, and this is so crucial, it has to be easy to use and adopt. The path of least resistance has to be the golden path. If it's not, they won't use it. And that last point really comes down to this crucial distinction. You're building a paved road, not a walled garden. The whole goal here is to guide and enable, to accelerate your teams by making the right way the easy way. It's never about building a cage that stifles creativity or innovation. So I'll leave you with this question to think about for your own team. Look at your organization. Where is the most friction right now? What kind of application do your teams build over and over and over again? What is the first, most impactful golden path that you need to build?